Wanting to capture moments, these people caught more than they bargained for. From mysterious shadows to unsettling figures lurking in the background. These unsuspecting snapshots reveal things that weren't meant to be seen. So let's begin. Right in the middle of busy traffic, this dark figure just appeared out of nowhere, like it wasn't even walking in, just popped into frame. Then it calmly crossed the street, passing straight through moving cars like a total ghost mode moment. People online were confused, but locals weren't that surprised. Turns out, that spot's had a weird history, with people claiming to have seen someone on the road before strange incidents happened. Mirror baby glitch. This father and son were just having a wholesome moment. Dad recording, baby giggling, and all smiles as the little one saw his reflection for the very first time. But then, things took a weird turn. The baby looked away from the mirror to check on his dad, but in the mirror, his reflection didn't move at all. Just stood there, staring. I mean, I would have dropped my phone right there and called it a day. The video ends without any explanation. And honestly, that still reflection gave more chills than the AC. Vanishing girl. In this CCTV footage from a quiet parking lot, everything seems normal at first. A girl in a black dress walks across while a car slowly approaches. The driver stops to let her pass. Pretty normal, right? But then the girl turns and walks toward the car, and poof, just disappears. Like, straight up vanishes. The driver steps out, clearly confused, looks around like he's hoping this is some kind of prank, but there's no one there. No sound, no movement, nothing. Eventually, he just gets back into his car and drives off, probably thinking, yeah, not dealing with this today. Honestly, same. That car ride home must have felt way longer than usual. Shadow in hallway. Okay, this one definitely gave me the chills. So the guy starts recording because he hears some random noise from his hallway. He opens the door to check, and there it is. A small, shadowy figure just sitting quietly. That alone would have made me lock every door in the house. But nope. He opens it again, and now the figure is standing. It looked like a little kid's ghost, just hanging out in the corridor, like it's their play area. The timing, the silence, everything about it felt off. I swear, if my hallway ever does that to me, I'm moving out with just my phone charger. So let's move on before this one follows us. Mirror got glitched. In this video, a 10-year-old girl is just checking herself out in the mirror while her mom stands nearby, recording her. Everything's chill, until the girl turns around. But her reflection doesn't. Yep, the reflection stays put and starts making creepy faces, even opening its mouth wider than what looks humanly possible. It's like the mirror forgot how mirrors work. What's your take on this? Tell me in the comments below. Uninvited guest. So these three guys show up to a costume party all dressed up and feeling pretty proud. They take a group photo thinking they nailed it, but when they look back at the picture later, there's something off. Hiding behind the plants, there's another face, creepy eyes staring straight into the camera. And no, that one wasn't wearing a costume or part of the group, just chilling there like it RSVP'd from the underworld. Ghost carpool. This guy was just heading to his car at night when a camera nearby caught something else too. A ghostly figure chilling in the parking lot behind him, just standing there. Kinda blurry, but definitely there. Later, he told people he'd been hearing odd whispers at home ever since, like the kind of stuff that makes you double-check your locks and maybe your back seat. Guess the ghost didn't want to walk and just hitched a ride instead. Window surprise. This wedding photo from the 1850s looks normal at first. A couple standing proudly in their wedding outfits, all set for a lifelong journey together. But if you look closely at the house behind them, there's someone, or something, peeking through the window, dressed up in a full suit, just calmly watching the moment like he was part of it. The couple had no idea, of course. Some say it's just a guest who wandered off. Others think it might be the groom's spirit double casually photobombing from the afterlife. Either way, that's one photo that feels like it has way more story than it should. Party crasher. These teenage girls were just vibing at a little house party. Music, snacks, silly selfies, all that fun stuff. Everything seemed totally normal until they looked back at their photos later that night. That's when they spotted something off. Behind one of the trees in the backyard, there was a girl peeking out. But not one of them. Her face looked weird, like she was smiling a bit too much to be chill about it. And the way she stood there, way too still. Nobody remembered inviting her, and nobody saw her during the party. Whoa, that's pretty creepy now. Wall walker. This late-night security footage from an apartment complex corridor starts off pretty normal. Quiet hallway, soft lights, nothing much going on. But then, out of nowhere, a girl casually walks across the frame and literally walks through the wall like it's made of smoke. No pause, no glitch, just smooth and steady like she does this every Tuesday. The most chilling part? She never comes back out. People said it could have been a camera glitch, but the timing and angle looked too perfect. Maybe she took the wrong turn from another dimension, or maybe she's just done with doors like the rest of us. Either way, that wall clearly didn't get the memo. Halt on balcony. This photo was part of a creepy slideshow that showed stuff to make you feel uneasy, and honestly, it delivered. In the middle of a beautiful wedding, everything looks perfect until you notice the balcony. Standing quietly on the side are what looked like a group of hooded figures, just watching the ceremony. They're not moving, not clapping, just standing there like some secret group that wasn't on the guest list. The whole vibe is strange. I mean, imagine tying the knot while a bunch of silent watchers look on from above. Yeah, that wedding just turned into a full-on mystery. Extra classmate. This photo looks like a regular group picture of school kids from the 1840s. Everyone's dressed neat, lined up outside their school building, trying to stay still for the camera. But when you zoom in a bit, there's something odd. Behind the glass window, there's a faint shadow of a small boy just standing there. He's not posing, not moving, just watching. The weird part is that no one remembers any other kid being there that day. Some people say it was just a reflection. Others think it was the soul of someone who used to live near that school a long time ago. Either way, someone definitely photobombed from the other side of the glass. Creepy, but kinda cool too. Bunny stare. At first glance, this photo is just two kids enjoying their Easter moment, sitting on the lap of a giant bunny mascot. Everything looks sweet and normal, until you take a closer look at that bunny's face. Yup. Right through the mouth of the costume, there's a pair of human eyes staring straight into the camera, and not the friendly kind either. It's the kind of stare that feels like it follows you around the room. Honestly, the bunny ears were cute, but those eyes gave the whole thing a horror movie vibe. One-eyed stare. This one is straight from someone's social media post. She uploaded a casual picture, all happy vibes and smiles, until someone zoomed in and spotted something strange in the bottom right corner. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There's this weird, chilling stare coming from what looks like just one eye, peeking from the side. And no, it's not someone photobombing. It doesn't look like anyone alive was meant to be there. Just that one creepy eye stealing the show and totally flipping the mood. Honestly, if I saw that in my own pic, I'd throw the whole phone away. Extra guest. At first glance, this looks like a sweet family moment. Everyone sitting on the couch, smiling for the camera. But take a closer look near the bottom of the picture, just under where the woman is sitting. Yep, there it is. A strange face peeking out, staring straight at the camera. And no, that's not the dog or a misplaced toy. It actually looks like someone, or something, decided to sneak into this happy family photo uninvited. Kinda feels like a surprise guest showed up just for the group picture. One thing's for sure, next time this family takes a photo, they might want to double check under the cushions first. Rear window creep. So this one looks like a chill moment. A girl just vibing in the back seat, snapping a selfie. All normal, right? But when you really zoom in on that rear window, yeah, there's something off. You can clearly see a human-like figure clinging onto the back of the car like it's hanging on for dear life. And let me be honest, this doesn't even feel like ghost business. It gives more of a real-life stalker vibe. The kind of thing that makes you double-check your back seat before heading out. Also, whoever spotted this detail in the photo, big respect. Mirror double trouble. Okay, this photo has officially made me rethink every mirror in my house. So there's this girl sitting on her bed, facing the camera. Pretty normal scene. But the mirror behind her? That's where things get weird. Instead of showing her back, the reflection shows her facing the mirror, like there's a second version of her just chilling in another dimension. Nope, not today. Mirror demons. The internet's calling it a glitch, or maybe just an odd reflection trick, but honestly, it's giving haunted vibes. If my mirror ever tries to pull something like this, I'm sleeping with a blanket over it. Legs gone wrong. Alright, so this picture might look normal for a second. Just a girl chilling on her bed, lying half on and half off, like most of us do when we're too lazy to move. Wait till you notice her legs. They're bending downwards in a way that just doesn't add up. Like, how? Either she's made of jelly, or someone had a little too much fun with photo editing. Honestly, if this isn't edited, then that girl probably belongs in a circus. Whatever it is, it's definitely messing with my head. Extra hand mystery. This family photo looked totally fine at first. Just a cute little group sitting together for a nice picture. But hold on, check out the girl sitting on the left. There's a random hand on her arm, and no one in the picture seems to have a spare one just casually floating around like that. Everyone else's hands are accounted for. So where did this mystery hand come from? Some people say it could be a camera glitch, or maybe just an odd angle. But honestly, it does give off those weird, not so normal vibes. Either way, if that's a ghost hand, it's got a pretty solid grip. Birthday party visitor. This family from North Wales thought they were just celebrating a normal 10th birthday until they checked the photos later. Right behind the woman, there's this pale little figure that wasn't invited. The mom, Sally, swears no one else was standing there. And even a local medium told them their old house had a playful spirit hanging around. They used to call him Michael, but later found out his real name was Anthony, a boy who sadly passed away in the same house years ago. Sally says he never caused any harm, just played little tricks and called out Mum once in a while. Well, that's kind of both spooky and cute. Clown cameo. This photo starts off all sweet, just 3 friends hanging out and taking a fun picture. But then you notice it. In the window behind them, there's a van passing by. And right from the front seat, a clown head is casually peeking out, like it's also trying to smile for the camera. Now that's one unexpected guest appearance. The friends didn't even spot it at the time, just having their chill moment, until they went through the pictures later. I don't know about you guys, but if I saw that pop up in my pics, I'd probably delete the whole folder. Some say clowns are funny, but yeah, not when they randomly photobomb like that. Bathroom shadow. At first glance, this just looks like a normal bathroom selfie. Girl posing, cat chilling in her arms. It's giving everyday vibes. But look closely behind her. There's this strange grayish shape, almost like a faded shadow just standing there. It's not super clear, but it definitely wasn't invited to this mirror moment. What makes it even weirder is the way the cat's staring at it, like it's watching something the girl doesn't even notice. People online have been zooming in and trying to figure it out, but no one really knows what's going on there. I'd say next time, maybe let the cat take the selfie instead. It clearly knows more than we do. Creepy reflection. This photo was meant to be a fun little close-up, just a camera zoomed in on a guy's glasses for a cool shot, but turns out the glasses had other plans. If you look closely, one lens shows what looks like a tall, shadowy figure standing right beside them. The weird part is that they didn't see anyone there in real life. The camera picked it up, but their eyes missed it completely. The figure's giving off major Slender Man vibes. Tall, still, and super eerie. Well, next time someone says, let's take a creative pic, maybe just stick to selfies without reflections. Just in case. Not so alone. Okay, this one seriously gave me goosebumps. A boy was just chilling at home, completely alone, when strange stuff started happening around the house. Lights turning on and off by themselves, shadows moving, and something pale, like really pale, poking out from under his bed and behind doors. It didn't even look human, and that's what made it 10 times creepier. He tried to stay calm, but yeah, anyone would have lost it. The way that figure just shows up in random corners, no thank you. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be sleeping with the lights on after this one, or maybe just not sleeping at all. Ghostly family guest. Now this one's pretty wholesome, and a little spooky. Stevenson family got all dressed up back in 1945 to snap a big family photo. Generations old and new, all in one frame. But when the photo was developed, Uncle James, who had passed years earlier, casually showed up in the picture like he never left. He's sitting right there on the left, between his niece Ginny and his cousin Alfred, just vibing. And honestly, people weren't even mad. James was always known for being a jokester, so it kinda fits his vibe to show up like this. It's like he couldn't resist one last family gathering. Even from the other side, the man knew how to make an entrance. Staircase surprise. This photo from 1966 still has people scratching their heads. A man named Reverend Hardy was visiting the Queen's house in London with his wife. She wanted a nice picture of the famous tulip staircase, but they couldn't go all the way up because it was blocked off. So the Reverend snapped a shot from below and called it a day. But once they got home and developed the film, boom, surprise. There was a creepy figure in a hooded robe holding the railing. No one was there when the photo was taken, and experts say the image hasn't been messed with. Whatever that thing is, it's been photobombing people's thoughts ever since. Real or not, that ghost definitely nailed the timing. Freddy showed up. This one's from way back in the day. Royal Air Force squad photo. All the guys lined up looking sharp, but when they developed the picture, the team noticed someone unexpected in the back. It was Freddie Jackson, one of their airplane mechanics. Everyone recognized him right away. Only problem? Freddie had passed away just a few days earlier during a routine training task. His service had even taken place earlier that same day. So either Freddie really didn't want to miss the squad photo, or the afterlife has some serious FOMO. No one ever figured it out. But yeah, at least he was still showing up for team spirit. Cemetery fingers. So in 2017, this family was at a cemetery to remember their great-grandpa and decided to take some group photos. Everything looked normal at first, until they looked back at the pictures later. That's when they noticed something weird. An extra hand with grayish fingers kind of poking out from behind one of the people. Now, someone suggested it could have just been the woman in green, but the person who shared the photo said nope, her hand was on her back the whole time. Also, the fingers looked kind of pale and off-colored, like they hadn't seen the sun in a century. What do you think was that? Ghostly visitor. In another spooky story, this couple kept noticing their cat hissing at the patio door, even though there was nothing outside. One day, they snapped a photo just to see what was going on, and wow. When they checked the image, there was a pale little girl standing outside, staring in. She looked kind of faded, like an old photo come to life, and wore clothes that didn't really match modern styles. The cat clearly saw her though, arched back, tail puffed, full spooky alert mode. The couple had no idea who the girl was, but their house was super old, so who knows? One thing's for sure, the cat's now head of security. Haunted hotel. So, someone was just casually checking Google Street View to find a fish and chip shop in Walton, and ended up finding a ghost instead. Yup. Right there in the top left window of the Stewart Hotel, you can see this pale face that looks like it's fogging up the glass from the inside. Next to it, a figure that kinda looks like a guy in a tux. Totally random, totally creepy. Turns out, the hotel's been known for strange stuff for years. There was even a weird cellar noise way back in 1897, which apparently stopped after someone left a Bible down there. Church photobomb. This photo from 1963 still creeps people out. It was taken inside Newby Church in England by the church's own vicar, Reverend Kenneth F. Lord. He just wanted a nice picture of the altar, but ended up catching what looks like a giant hooded monk with a weird face standing in the shot. And no, this isn't one of those blurry, maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing photos. It's super clear. Experts even checked the film in the 1970s and found no signs of editing. The odd part is that the thing would have been over 8 feet tall. Church bench buddy. In 1975, Peter Berthelot took a photo of his wife Diane while they were visiting Worsted Church in Norfolk. Everything looked normal at first, until they looked at the photo later. Sitting right behind Diane was this faint, glowing figure that clearly wasn't there in person. It looked like someone just casually chilling on the bench with her. A local vicar later said it might have been the spirit of a kind healer who's been known to hang around the church. Bet Diane double-checked every bench after that. Extra guest. In this unsettling picture, a group of girls was just out at Loch Eck in Scotland taking cute hen party photos when something odd showed up in one of the pics. A little boy peeking from behind a log. The thing is, there were no kids around, just them and nature. Later, they found out the place is tied to the legend of the Blue Boy, a child who once wandered into the lake while sleepwalking. Some say he still hangs around the area. Honestly, showing up uninvited to a hen party? Kinda bold for a ghost. Barnside glow. So a guy named Neil was taking some nice photos of a farm for a wedding invite. Peaceful vibes, you know? But when he checked the pics later, he noticed something strange near the old barn. A small, glowing figure, kind of blurry, looking like a kid in white sleepwear, was peeking around the corner. No kids were there that day. Later, when the couple asked the farm staff if anything weird ever happened, they all mentioned a little boy in old-timey bedclothes near the barn. Alright, so that barn clearly has its own +1 guest list. Extra hand mystery. This Japanese school photo went viral because people thought a ghost hand had sneaked into the shot. The girl had both arms on the desk, but there was this weird third hand just chilling between her legs. Not ideal for a school promo. Folks got spooked, thinking it was some ghost moment. Turns out, it was just a bad Photoshop job. Someone tried to fix her slouched posture, but forgot to remove the extra limb. Honestly, a ghost would have probably done a better edit. Seatbelt ghost. So Harper was just taking selfies in the car while her mom drove her to a beauty pageant. Pretty normal stuff. But later, her mom spotted something super weird in the photo. A little boy's face in the back seat. They swear no one else was in the car. Even creepier, that road had a major accident exactly a year before. Paranormal experts think the boy might have been trying to send a seatbelt reminder since Harper wasn't wearing one. Honestly, ghost or not, that's one spooky way to get told off. Backwards face. This couple took a cute selfie, all smiles and good vibes, until people noticed something super off. Behind them, their reflections are visible in the glass, but the woman's reflection is facing forward, just like her actual face. Yep, no turning back, no head twist, just a second smiling face staring straight out. Most people think it's just a weird edit or some glitch, but it's been giving the internet a serious case of the shivers. If it was a filter, it's doing a little too much. Restroom visitor. 2 middle school girls in the Philippines were just taking bathroom selfies like anyone would until they checked their photos later and spotted something seriously creepy. In one corner, right beside the trash bin, there was this dark figure sitting on the floor. Long black hair, super pale face, and not part of the squad. No one else was there at the time, so yeah, things got spooky real fast. House intruder. This guy started feeling weird stuff around his house, like someone else was there. So, one night, he grabbed his night vision camera and walked around to see if he could catch anything. And guess what? He did. One of the pics showed a shadowy face peeking from a room, with glowing eyes staring right at him. Well, that was enough ghost hunting for him. Honestly, if my walls ever blink back at me, I'm moving out the next morning. No discussion. Park creeper. So this girl was just out for a chill night walk and took a photo while relaxing on a park bench. Looked pretty normal at first, until someone zoomed in. Right behind her stood this super tall, pale figure in a suit, just standing there, not moving, not blinking. Nothing. It almost felt like he was watching her or waiting for the perfect moment to creep everyone out. Suits are cool and all, but not when they look like they're straight out of a ghost story. Tree thing. So this guy went camping in the woods and heard a weird screech outside his tent. Like any curious camper, he grabbed his torch and started filming while checking it out. He didn't spot anything at the time and thought it was just the wind, or maybe a bird being dramatic. But later, while watching the footage, he saw it. Some strange figure sitting on a tree. Skinny, weird looking, and definitely not something you'd expect to see in nature. Good thing it stayed on the tree. Probably wasn't looking for a tent buddy. Shadowy encounter. This forest cam caught something that totally freaked people out. A man was walking along a narrow path when out of nowhere, a dark, shadowy figure popped up from the bushes. It didn't just walk by, it actually nudged the guy off the path and carried on like it was no big deal. The man then runs for his life. No one knows what that thing was, but it's safe to say that this forest is definitely not on anyone's list of places to hike alone anymore. Silent pursuer. This clip was taken from the top floor of a building, and at first, it just looks like a guy casually walking down the street. But then it gets weird. There's a shadow following him, step by step, copying his walk perfectly. The strange part is that there's no sun, no light source, nothing that could cast a shadow like that. So, either he's got a new invisible dance partner, or something spooky's tagging along. If it's a ghost, at least it's got rhythm. Glowing eyes. So this guy was just chilling and decided to snap a random photo of his friend. Nothing serious, just a quick pic for fun. But the moment he looked at the screen, he totally froze. A face appeared in the photo behind his friend and looked very weird. Like, really weird. Big glowing eyes, strange expression, almost like someone else was determined to ruin this photo. It didn't look edited or anything, just pure nightmare fuel right from the camera. And honestly, once you zoom in, it gets even worse. It's like the photo caught something that wasn't supposed to be seen. Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. Amid the grand ceremony, Sister Genevieve, 81, stood there tucked in the corner as Pope Francis's casket was brought in. She was no ordinary nun, living in a circus caravan near Rome. She'd spent years helping migrants and those forgotten by society. Yet, as she stood in her blue habit, tears streaming down her face, there was something chilling in her sorrow. Her quiet prayer wasn't just for the Pope. It was a farewell to her true friend. In that moment, something about her grief felt deeper than what we could ever understand.